Picture this: a League One football club announces plans for the 5th largest stadium in England, bigger than Arsenal's Emirates, Manchester City's Etihad, and Liverpool's Anfield. Sounds like fantasy football, right? But Birmingham City is dead serious about their £3 billion revolution. American billionaire Tom Wagner has already spent £60 million on land, met with the Chancellor, and promised a 62,000 capacity spaceship stadium that could host NFL games. The challenge? Building a super stadium for a club that struggles to fill 29,000 seats. And this isn't Birmingham's first stadium dream. They've been down this road before, with bold promises that ended in disappointment. Rival fans are laughing, experts are calling it madness, and even some Blues supporters fear this American dream could become yet another expensive nightmare. Is this the most ambitious gamble in football history about to crash and burn? Or could it finally be the one that changes everything? Let's uncover the truth behind this controversial mega project. Birmingham City's stadium struggles run deeper than most fans realize, with a history of broken promises and missed opportunities that explains why this current project faces such skepticism. St. Andrew's Stadium has been Birmingham City's home since 1906, but by the early 2000s, it was clear the venue was holding the club back. The breakthrough moment came in 2004 when Birmingham City Council, the football club, and casino giant Las Vegas Sands announced an extraordinary £300 million project, the City of Birmingham Stadium. This wasn't just any stadium proposal. The plan included a 55,000 capacity venue, leisure facilities, and most controversially, a super casino. One of only a handful that the UK government was considering licensing under the new Gambling Act 2005. The plan promised to transform Birmingham into a mini Las Vegas. But then it all collapsed. The UK government decided not to award Birmingham the super casino license, choosing Manchester instead. Without the casino revenue model, the entire project became financially unviable overnight. Las Vegas Sands withdrew, leaving Birmingham City with nothing but expensive architectural plans and shattered ambitions. This failure haunted the club for years and explains why many supporters remain skeptical about grand stadium promises. The current St. Andrews has limped along with band-aid solutions, but the problems have only worsened. The breaking point came in December 2020 when safety inspections revealed serious structural defects in both the Cop and Tilton Road stands. Water ingress had compromised the concrete structures, forcing the club to close significant sections of the stadium. Capacity dropped from 29,409 to around 25,000, and match days became exercises in managing reduced crowds rather than building atmosphere. The sight of empty, cordoned-off sections became symbolic of Birmingham City's decline under previous ownership. Fans were literally watching their stadium crumble while the team struggled on the pitch. During this low point, Tom Wagner visited and saw both a problem and opportunity. Wagner's analysis was brutally simple. St. Andrews was beyond saving. The cost of properly renovating the aging stadium would approach the expense of building new, but without the benefits of modern design, improved capacity, or revenue diversification. More importantly, the current site's constraints meant any renovation would still leave Birmingham City with a substandard venue. The American investor also recognized something previous owners had missed: Birmingham's untapped potential as a football market. As England's second largest city with over 1 million people, it should fill far bigger crowds than St. Andrews ever did. The issue wasn't fans, but a lack of ambition and modern facilities. This analysis led to Wagner's radical conclusion: Birmingham City needed more than renovation or slow improvements. They needed a complete transformation, one that would reshape the club and the entire Midlands sporting scene. The proposed Birmingham City Stadium represents a complete reimagining of what a football venue can be, with features that would make it unique not just in England, but globally. At 62,000 capacity, the stadium would instantly become the 5th largest in England, but capacity is just the beginning. Tom Wagner calls the concept spaceship-like, not literally, but in spirit. The design aims to blend Birmingham's industrial heritage, especially its iconic red brick architecture, with futuristic elements that scream ambition. What sets this stadium apart is its multi-purpose vision. The design incorporates full NFL specifications, including the larger field dimensions and specialized facilities required for American football. This isn't just about accommodating occasional games, it's about positioning Birmingham as a potential home base for NFL's European expansion. The stadium would feature retractable elements and configurable seating to optimize the experience for different sports. Concert capabilities rival top arenas, with acoustics for both sports and music. The venue can accommodate up to 80,000 for concerts using the field space, with specialized loading facilities and backstage areas. This flexibility addresses one of the biggest revenue challenges facing modern stadiums, maximizing non-football income. The underground tunnel system represents perhaps the most ambitious infrastructure element. The £20 million investment would create a direct connection from Birmingham New Street Station to the sports quarter, running beneath existing railway lines. This isn't just a walkway, it's envisioned as an experience in itself, with retail opportunities and digital displays creating excitement before fans even reach the venue. Technology goes far beyond basic stadium Wi-Fi, with full 5G AR fan experiences and mobile apps controlling everything from seat upgrades to food orders. The hospitality offerings are designed to compete with the finest venues globally. Premium areas include skyboxes with retractable glass walls, chef-led restaurants, and private event spaces that can host everything from corporate meetings to wedding receptions. Perhaps most innovatively, the stadium incorporates flexible capacity management. While 62,000 represents full capacity, sections can be closed off for smaller events, allowing the venue to feel appropriately sized, whether hosting a League One match or an NFL playoff game. This addresses critics who question whether Birmingham City can consistently fill such a large venue. The construction timeline for Birmingham City's stadium project is where bold ambition meets harsh reality, sparking fierce debate over whether it can actually be done. Tom Wagner's goal to finish by 2029 has raised eyebrows among construction experts. To put it simply, Tottenham's new stadium took over 4 years, and that was on an existing football site. Birmingham isn't just building a stadium, they're creating an entire new district from scratch, with far more complex infrastructure challenges. The Birmingham Wheels site presents unique construction obstacles that weren't fully apparent when the land was purchased. As a former go-kart track and industrial facility dating back decades, the site requires extensive environmental remediation. Initial surveys have revealed contaminated soil, potential asbestos in demolished structures, and underground fuel storage tanks that must be safely removed. Even more daunting is the area's 19th century oil extraction history. Every new discovery of hazardous material triggers exhaustive environmental assessments and expensive remediation efforts. On top of this, the transport infrastructure is a colossal engineering puzzle. The £20 million tunnel linking directly to Birmingham New Street Station demands flawless coordination with Network Rail. Constructing beneath live rail lines without disrupting services is a logistical nightmare that threatens to stretch the timeline further. The controversy extends beyond construction logistics to fundamental questions about demand. Critics point out that Birmingham City has never consistently sold out their current 29,000 capacity stadium, even during successful Premier League seasons. Building a venue more than twice that size for a League One club strikes many as delusional rather than ambitious. Aston Villa fans, in particular, have been vocal skeptics, arguing that Birmingham lacks the football culture to support such a large venue. They point to Villa Park's occasional struggles to fill its 42,000 capacity despite Premier League football, as evidence that the market simply doesn't exist for 62,000 Birmingham City fans. Even some Blues supporters harbor doubts. They're excited by the dream, but haunted by the bitter memory of the 2004 Super Casino Stadium, a promise of transformation that faded into silence. This history of grand announcements, followed by abandonment, fuels deep skepticism. Still, construction experts agree it's technically possible. With the right funding and leadership, the stadium can rise. The true test? Delivering on that promise within the tight timeline and budget, without compromising quality or ambition. The financial model behind Birmingham City's £3 billion sports quarter represents either visionary investment or spectacular overreach. Knighthead Capital Management has already committed around £60 million in land acquisition, less than 2% of the total cost. Tom Wagner's talks with Chancellor Rachel Reeves secured government backing, including tax incentives and infrastructure grants. The project promises 8,400 new jobs and a significant boost to Birmingham's economy, revitalizing the area and attracting tourism and business investment. Revenue streams extend beyond football, with NFL games, major concerts, conferences, retail, and residential developments. Yet critics question these projections, citing stadium economics and Birmingham City's struggles to fill their current 29,000-seat venue. The accelerated timeline adds 20 to 30% to construction costs, increasing financial pressure. Still, Wagner's track record and the project's role in Birmingham's regeneration suggest genuine backing. If successful, this could be English football's most dramatic transformation, potentially funding Birmingham City's rise from League One to Premier League within a decade, and establishing a new economic hub in the city. Whether this vision materializes depends on navigating a complex project under scrutiny. The next 2 years will reveal if Wagner's plan is bold transformation or costly fantasy. The stakes go beyond Birmingham City, challenging what football clubs can become. Success would validate bold private investment in sports infrastructure. Failure would deepen skepticism about grand promises in football. Either way, this will be one of football's most compelling stories. What's your take? Visionary investment or dangerous gamble? Share your thoughts below, like if this was helpful, and subscribe for more of football's biggest stories.